glass bottle with the black frosted lip. The hell am I talking about? The Poreless primer. So this is the Poreless Putty Primer. Ah, you piece of shiznizzle. My nizzle whizzle. All right, so my sponge has a nipple. Anyway, I'm going to be buying so much drugstore I'm going to be buying so much Fatcheroni. I'm all about finding those hidden gems along this. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a full face of e.l.f. products. I'm super excited about it because they've launched a few new items in their collection. So I'm testing out the new foundation. This is the Flawless Finish Foundation. And I'm also testing out the new concealer, which is the 16-hour Camo concealer. And, oh, and their new blush. So they brought out a primer infused blush. This is the Poreless Putty Primer. Everybody's been saying that it is a dupe for the Tatcha Silk Canvas. So I'm going to apply this for the first time today and kind of give you guys my first impressions. There are some differences between this and the Tatcha primer that I'm noticing right off the bat, but I'm going to continue to wear this. I can't really tell you if it's a dupe wearing it one time. I'm going to continue to kind of wear it and test it out, but I am playing with that. I also created this eye look using the Rose Gold Sunset Palette. So during my New Year's resolution video for 2019, I decided that I wanted to play with more drugstore products. I really want to try to find those really good drugstore affordable products out there. There's a lot of hidden gems within the drugstore world, and it almost feels like the drugstore world is kind of like jumping up their game. I mean, they're bringing it, and so I'm excited to play with all these products and give you guys my opinion on them. I am going to do like a full day wear test on the foundation and the concealer because I do want to see how it works, even though this isn't like a Foundation Friday video where I'm going to wear it for like 3 or 4 days, but I do want to wear this for as long as I can and then give you guys my final thoughts on the products that I used on my skin later on this evening. So that's what we're gonna do, and I hope you guys are excited about this because I love a full face of everything. So far I've done a full face of NARS, Charlotte Tilbury, Hourglass, and Wander Beauty, and so this is the first of my drugstore full face of a drugstore brand, so I'm super excited about it. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Okay, let's get this video going. I'm so excited to play with all these e.l.f. products. I'm all about finding those hidden gems within the e.l.f. brand, and I do think that there are some really good products here, and I'm really excited to dive in. I've heard such good things about the foundation, the concealer, the primer. Yes, I was able to get my hands on this. It's been sold out for a hot minute, and then it came back into stock, I think, in Ulta. And then I think Jeffree Star uploaded his video and then it was just gone again. So this is the Poreless Putty Primer. It's supposed to be a dupe for this bad bitch right here. This is the Tatcha Silk Canvas. Now, I love this primer. I haven't been using this lately only because my skin's like crazy dry, and I feel like this one works better like spring, summer, fall. It doesn't really work the best for me during the winter, so I haven't been using this lately, but I do love this primer. It is like magic, and the one thing that I will say, I don't feel like this hydrates my skin in any way. I do think this product does, is I do feel like it makes my foundation last longer, but I am going to try this one out today. This is what it looks like. The Tatcha one smells hella good, and this one has more of like a creamier type filling. This one is more silky. The one from e.l.f. doesn't really have a scent. Kind of put some of this on. This one's definitely greasier, you guys. Like, I'm surprised that they're saying this is a dupe because I'm not feeling it. The one from Tatcha feels a little bit powdery but silky. So it's like they combined a powdery and a silky product together. And this one is more greasy and silky. So this one doesn't really have the powdery filling, in my opinion. I'm going to continue to wear this throughout the week, and then I might make, you know, a designated video comparing these two. With primers, you have to wear them for a minute. You can't just wear them for a day and be like, oh yeah, it's a total dupe. I don't believe that. However, I do think that it's good. I do think that it It blends into the skin really good and it makes the skin feel very, very soft, but it's also greasier. It's not like crazy greasy. Like I said, it's greasy and silky kind of combined. The one from Tatcha is more silky powdery combined. I did buy a new pack of these sponges from Amazon, and I've heard so many people say that these are really decent, but I hate how they all come like funky. Like, see how this one has like a weird nipple on it? And I also bought these little bad boys right here. These are called Snowflake Beauty Sponges. So we're gonna try these today. I love mini sponges to do my concealer under my eye. We're gonna jump right into the foundation. So I have two foundations here. This is the new Flawless Finish Foundation from e.l.f. and I have it in the shades Suede and Toffee. Suede is described as medium tan with golden undertones, and Toffee is described as medium with pink undertones. I didn't mean to buy the pink undertone. That was stupid on my part. I'm not pink, but maybe this one might be a little bit too dark. I don't know. Maybe we'll mix in a little bit of this. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so here are the two foundations sitting down in my tray. I have absolutely no idea why I bought the pink undertone. So I actually have an e.l.f. foundation brush, and I actually like this brush. I really do. This one's a good, decent, affordable brush. This is the Foundation Blurring Brush. Okay, so I just went ahead and mixed those two colors together because I do think that Suede, which is medium tan with golden undertones, is going to be way too golden. And this one is the medium with pink undertones in Toffee, and it's pink. It's cool toned. So I'm thinking maybe mixing them together might give me more of a closer match. Okay, so that foundation shade is probably gonna work. I mean, that blended pretty good into the skin. Okay, I can already tell that that is not a foundation that likes to be applied with a brush. So I'm going to go in with this sponge, and this sponge, I don't like this sponge, you guys. Like, I do not like this sponge. I feel like this sponge is, can you hear that? I don't like those kinds of sponges. When they have that sound, I don't like those kinds. Like, they're just not my favorite. Like, I like them to have a little bit more of that, like, memory foam, kind of squishy, you know what I mean? Like, this is, like, kind of hard. Yeah, I'm not going to be using that. So I'm going to use this one from Morphe. This is but that's blended in really good. Like, this foundation looks pretty dang good. Like, I'm going to try to build up the coverage because I have some situations going on right here. So I'm going to try to build up the coverage, which I'm not really having the best luck. This foundation kind of dries and sets down. I think this sponge makes a sound, but it's more gushy, like more memory foamy. And I don't like it too soft. So there's that happy medium. I don't know, you guys. We're all so weird with what we like. This is not bad. And actually, those two shades together is pretty much a good match for me. Okay, I will say right off the bat, this is like a medium coverage foundation. And it's not the best builder. If you're somebody that needs more coverage than like a light medium coverage, I don't know if this is going to be a good foundation for you, because I did kind of struggle trying to get it to build like right here in this area. I had to put quite a bit on, but let me say this though. When you go over top of it, it's not like a cakey situation. It kind of sets down. It almost reminds me of the one from that Guerlain. It reminds me of that one. The one that I just reviewed a few weeks ago. From when Sephora picked my foundation. I don't know how to say it still. Again, I don't know how to say this. This is similar to that from e.l.f. And it kind of sets down into place and kind of really melts into the skin nice. I don't mind this at all. Actually, this is a freaking beautiful foundation. I am kind of impressed with this so far. Now, I am going to do a wear test on this. I think that's only fair. I'm not going to wear it for several days because this isn't like a Foundation Friday situation. But I am going to come back later on this evening just so that I can give you guys my opinion on it and how it wore, how it looked throughout the day, and what it looks like at the end of the day. Because I do think that that's kind of important. But this is really, really pretty, you guys. Like, I'm really impressed with it so far. I don't mind this at all. Okay, so now let's go in with the concealer. So I got two shades, and I got medium sand and medium beige. Oh, it's got a nice big doe foot applicator on it as well. By the way, I forgot to tell you guys that the foundation has a nice pump on it. I forgot to tell you guys that. I'm sorry. The foundation has a really good pump on it. And it feels, you know what? I think this is a nice, beautiful glass bottle. And it's frosted. It's very classy looking. So far, so good. So this one is more of a peachy, pinky undertone. That one is medium beige. I'm surprised they called that beige because that's more of a cooler tone. And then this medium sand is definitely much lighter. Like I wouldn't call that medium at all. Against my orange hands, it's really a shit show. For this look, I might mix them. Like I might put the medium sand maybe closer. I'm going to wipe the doe foot off because I don't know how thick it is. Like I might put this like right here and then put the medium beige like below it. Other than exaggerating my wrinkles, this might be a dupe for Tarte Shape Tape because Tarte Shape Tape applies similar to this. I actually like this one better than I do the Tarte Shape Tape. This goes on and blends out and dries fast. And I only recommend using a tiny bit of this because it is kind of quick drying. It does blend so good. It's like you don't really need a lot of this. Wow. You know what it reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of the Fenty concealer as well. It's e.l.f. Cosmetics' most full coverage longwear formula ever. Camouflage those pesky spots and under eye circles with this high coverage, crease resistant 16-hour wear camo concealer. This creamy, dreamy formula glides on to help conceal dark circles and blemishes and can be used to highlight and contour the face. I don't love it under my eyes, but I don't hate it. It's kind of like in the middle. Really not crease free, you guys. Like this is creasing on me, like hella bad. But I've had so much worse from higher ended brands. I mean, it looks really good for being a $5 concealer. I'm gonna tell you right now, like this is a decent concealer for $5. So I'm just using that shade medium beige. Why did I put medium beige over it? I meant to put medium sand. Damn it. Or not medium sand. Yeah, medium sand. Don't mind me. Wait, medium sand is the, never mind. That was the right shade. Forgive me. Okay, so I'm coming in hella close. So as you can see, this is what the under eyes are looking like. And don't get me wrong, they're not my favorite, but it's not the worst. It's not the worst concealer I've ever used. And I would say it's very comparable to the Tarte Shape Tape. But right now it's a little bit less drying than the Tarte Shape Tape, but it really blends out. Right now I'm testing out a new concealer from Sephora. I'm not gonna say what brand, but I like this one much more than that one, and that one's like a $30 concealer. So just saying. This foundation is looking really good though. I'm gonna go ahead and put on some of this eyeshadow primer from e.l.f. And I'm gonna put this right up here on my eyelids. Now let me just say this though, I really like these little mini sponges that I got on Amazon. I don't like the bigger sponges, but these little mini ones, they're not too bad. And that eyeshadow primer kind of reminds me of the primer potion from Urban Decay. One of my followers had said that the e.l.f. Micro Brow Pencil is so good. She had been using the one from NYX and then she ran out, and so she grabbed one from e.l.f. and she likes it more than she likes the one from NYX. So this from e.l.f. is so similar to this from Urban Decay. So if you guys are looking for a dupe for this, I recommend this one from e.l.f. because that works pretty much exactly the same, seriously. I don't have a bronzer, but I do have this contour palette from e.l.f. Also, I forgot to tell you guys, so I have this from e.l.f. This is something that I use on a daily basis. This holds all of, like, not all my face brushes, but the ones that I use. This is from e.l.f. and it's a brush holder. I love this. I use it every day. It is perfect for my brushes, and it kind of has like a matte type feeling on it. I love this little brush holder. So if you guys have been looking to getting a brush holder, I highly recommend that one from the e.l.f. website. It's awesome, you guys. So awesome. Moving on to the contours. So I have this contour palette, and this is what it looks like. I'm just going to take a brush and go into this one. I might mix between these two because this one might be a little bit too cool. Hey, that's not bad. I'm mixing just back and forth between these two, just going back and forth. That's the only thing I don't like about powder contour is sometimes it's just a little bit too muddy. This isn't bad. Like, it's not my favorite, but it's not bad. I'm gonna try to, it's a little bit muddy, but not bad. Okay, so recently you guys know that I picked this up from Buxom. This is the Wanderlust Primer Infused Blush. This is in the shade Mykonos, and it was just a little bit too bold. Like, it was so much pigment. It was a lot of pigment. This is e.l.f.'s version of the Primer Infused Blush. So this is what it looks like, and I have it in the shade Rosy, Always Rosy. Now, I meant to get Always Cheeky, but I didn't. Like, I thought that I put Always Cheeky in my bag, but I didn't. I put Always Rosy instead. These are only $6, so I'm curious how this is gonna look and how I like it compared to the one from Buxom. So I'm gonna go down inside of the blush. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, so far I like this one much more than I do the Buxom. But people are saying maybe I got the wrong color in the Buxom, and I want to give it another chance because those who have the Seychelles shade, oh, I just got a little bit carried away. Those who have the Seychelles shade really loves it. So maybe mine was just not the right shade. Now let's move on to highlighter. I have a couple highlighter options here. The one I'm most excited about is this putty one. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is the Jelly Highlighter in Bubbly. I am so excited. Like, I get really excited when I find like really affordable, good, awesome. Oh my gosh, that is like therapeutic to watch that. Can you see that? Ooh, it's super pretty. Oh, schnazzle. Oh my God, you guys, look at that shade. Okay, hold on. Let me get a brush before this dries. The only thing is once it dries. So you got to kind of figure out how to apply it and do it quick, because once it dries, it's hard to kind of blend it out. It turns gray. Dang it, I was really wanting to love that too. Dadgummit. The one from Charlotte Tilbury, man, it's beautiful on the skin. This looks really pretty, but over makeup, it kind of turns a little gray. I don't know, you guys. I'm going to put some right up here like I normally do with my Charlotte Tilbury. This would be a lot better if it didn't dry so fast. I think that's the problem that I'm having with it, is that it wants to dry like really, really quick, and then it's really hard to like blend it out, and it just doesn't look very natural, and I am not digging this. It's not my favorite. There is a new one from Makeup Revolution that I have bought, and I cannot wait to try. I haven't tried it yet, so I will be using that in an upcoming video. But this one, it's just too hard to use. I'm going to use my Morphe spray. Oh, praise Jesus, that feels good. Oh, that feels good. Okay, so much better. Well, that kind of melted it into the skin. Well, that kind of melted it into the skin, y'all. Like, it looks like so much better than it did. Maybe I'll test it next to the one from Makeup Revolution just to see which one, I think works the best. Whew, okay, where are we going? Where are we at? Where are we going? Who are we gonna play with? All right, what are we gonna play with next? Okay, so the next thing we're gonna go in with is this. This is the Rose Gold Sunset Palette. So this palette is $10, and I think the shades are really pretty. I'm excited to kind of go in and play with it and see what look we can create with it. So I'm going to use the Sonia G Pro Eye Set, this set right here, and I'm going to go into this shade right here, and I'm going to just kind of start putting this all over the crease, and I'm going to sweep it in because I kind of want it to be like blown out. So I'm going to kind of bring it in and out, and just kind of really carve out that inner corner and outer corner. That's a pretty shade though. On the Ulta website, it says that this palette is new, but when I went to look it up to see like you know, if anybody I know had used it or anything like that. And it seems like a lot of people, like this palette, it seems like people were using this palette like 8 months ago. So maybe it's just new to Ulta, who knows. But that shade is blending really nice. Now I'm gonna go in with this brush from the Sonia G. This is the Crease Pro. And I'm gonna go into the last shade, this one right there, just to kind of darken up that crease a tad. Ooh. This palette's got good pigmentation and it blends nice. Like it's not muddy or anything. I'm going to take this brush. Now, as you guys have noticed, I haven't been picking up my felt tip applicators lately. You guys know that I loved the one from Too Faced. I used it forever and ever and ever. And then I got the one from Huda Beauty, and I love both of these. But since I started using this brush from the Sonia G Pro Eye Set, I have not used anything else to apply my shimmers with because I finally found a brush that picks up a shimmer shade but doesn't make a mess and fall out all over the place. Like this brush is magic for shimmer shades. So I am gonna go into this like olive green shade right here. Place this like right here on this outer corner. I'm gonna bring some shades along my lower lash line. So I'm gonna go into that first transition shade and I'm gonna bring this along here just so I can kind of see what I'm gonna work with before I start getting too carried away on my lid. I'm gonna go back into that olive green shade, but I'm gonna wet it down and see what pigment we can get from it. Just kind of popping this here on this inner corner. On the other side, I'm gonna go in with the gold right next to it. This one right here. My brush is already wet, so I don't know that I'm gonna need to wet it down. This palette has pretty decent pigmentation, but the shimmer shades, I don't know, like they're not my favorite. All right, I'm gonna go in with my finger into that gold shade and really try to press that on top. But the first shade in the palette seems like it's a really bright, like really bright gold. So let's go into that one with the finger right here. And let's press this right over top and see if we can get, oh yeah, yes, that's it. That's what I was needing. I needed something to pop right here in the middle of this halo eye. And that is what it was, that's what it was missing. So I'm gonna finish the other eye and then I'll come back and we will do lashes and lips and all that jazz. Okay, so I went ahead and threw some mascara on and it's starting to come together. I'm kind of really liking this eye look, to be honest. I didn't know how I was gonna feel about it. But once I put the eyeliner on the lower lash line, I just put like a matte brown eyeliner on the lower lash line. And then I just like threw some mascara on and I feel like it's starting to come together. And I'm actually really liking this, like a lot. I didn't really like it when I went off camera. I was like, oh, this eye look is not my favorite. But there is something magical when you throw the eyeliner on and then you kind of buff that into the lower lash line, you put some mascara on, or fixing to put some lashes on. It just pulled it together. So we're gonna go ahead and do this pair. This pair of lashes, these are from e.l.f. This is what the box looks like. Look at how gorgeous those are. They're very light and very fluffy. And this is in the style Starstruck. So that's what they look like. They're really, really freaking pretty. All right, so I will say right off the bat, the band is not bad. It's a little bit too bendy. So sometimes you need a little bit stiffer of a band, not too stiff. There's that happy medium of the stiffness where it's easier to work with. These are not my favorite lashes. I feel like I could get better lashes from Ardell and Kiss and stuff like that. I don't really like these. I think, like I said right off the bat, the lash band is a little bit too bendy. And when you have a too bendy of a lash band, it like wants to poke out on these corners. And then when you try to press it into place, it like wants to flip up. So I don't like these lashes. I think you can get better pairs from like Kiss and Ardell and stuff like that. But that's just my opinion. I have a few Lippy Options here. I have this one, which is in the shade Praline. It's just a lippy like this, like a crayon lippy. So that's what Praline looks like. That one's actually really pretty. And then I have this one that's a dual-ended one, and so it's like a day and night type of situation. And this is in the shade Need It Nudes. So that's the day and the night of this one, and I do think that this one might match the look the best. And then I also have this purple one that I don't think is going to match this look, but I want to show you what the shade looks like. It's called Tea Rose, and it's a very purple. Ooh, she's purple. So that one's pretty. And then I have this little gloss from e.l.f., and this is in the shade Blushing Rose. I'm not sure why they say that that's a rose shade, because that's purple. That's pretty though. This is like a matte lip. I don't know why they say that's like a, why do they say rose is like purple? Because this one was Tea Rose and it's purple, and then Blushing Rose is purple. That's weird. Anyway, so those are the lippies. I'm going to go with this day and night situation. Almost too creamy, because it almost feels like it's going to slip and slide. Maybe not matte last very long, but we'll see. And then I'm going to put the day like right in the middle, just to kind of like lighten it up a little bit. Okay, so let's go through what we used. So far, you guys, this foundation does not look too bad. It is a little bit too thick. It's a little bit cakey. It's a little bit on the cakey side. I do like the foundation. I do think it's a little bit too thick, a little bit too heavy. The reason why I say that is because I had to build up coverage in order to kind of really get it to work, because it is a light coverage situation. The only thing is it's a lighter coverage, and when it goes on, it kind of dries and like sets down, and then you're trying to put stuff over top of it to try to build up the coverage. You can build it, however, you can't fully build it. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty though. Like from afar, it looks really good. But when you kind of get up close, it doesn't look the best. However, it is around noontime. So I'm going to wear this for as long as I can today. And I'm going to come back tonight and just show you guys how the full makeup is looking. This is not bad. I do think that my blush is very blushy. And I do not like the jelly highlighter. The jelly highlighter kind of ruined this whole situation up here. It kind of turned everything gray. The concealer is, it's not bad. I do think it exaggerates texture under there because it is pretty matte. If you're somebody that likes a matte concealer, I think you'll probably like this one because it is pretty matte and it dries and sets, man. It sets. Like, I don't know that you would even need to put powder over this because it dries down and it's not tacky at all. I mean, it sets. I really like the eye look. I think this palette is really good. I didn't like it in the beginning, like I said. It's not bad. For 10 bucks, it is not bad. Primer, like I said, this one feels a little bit greasier compared to the one from Tatcha. So I'm going to continue to kind of compare those two, and I will probably create a video doing like a comparison and kind of give you guys my final thoughts on that. Blush, I love. I think the blush is awesome. And I did probably get a little bit carried away, but that's in every video because I like me a lot of blush. Okay. Yeah. So the eyelid primer we discovered is a dupe for the Urban Decay primer potion. The highlighters, I'm not a fan of the highlighters, and none of the highlighters I used today I'm not a fan of. So that's it for now. I'm going to go ahead and get off camera, and I will be back later on tonight. We'll see how the foundation wears and the concealer wears, and just see if the eyeshadow, you know, lasts and stuff. So I will see you guys later on this evening. I wanted to pop on here really quick and give you guys an update on how I'm feeling about the foundation and the concealer, because the foundation surprised me, and I like this foundation. I don't 100% love it. Like, there's something missing, and I think what it is it doesn't have enough coverage. I think this foundation would be that perfect foundation to mix with my Hourglass Stick Foundation. Now, you guys know, if you guys watch me on a regular basis, you know that I use my Hourglass Stick Foundation to kind of build up coverage with foundations that don't have a lot of coverage, but I don't like wearing the Hourglass Stick Foundation alone. It's kind of like my favorite like builder. It's my favorite coverage builder foundation. And so when I wore this all day, like I definitely, you know, I had to kind of pack the coverage on a little bit, and because of that, it wasn't like, it's not cakey, but it's a little bit thick in those areas, just a little bit. So that's probably my negative about it. But can we just like appreciate how beautiful my forehead looks? Like, that's kind of what I'm living for. This all day I kept like going, oh my gosh. I don't know if it's the primer or the foundation that's made my forehead look so good. And it's so smooth and like just, it looks so good, you guys. I've lost my coverage right here, which is where I always lose my coverage. I got rid of the lashes about 30 minutes after I put them on because they were kind of driving me nuts. Those are not good lashes. Bottom line, they're not good. I wouldn't buy them. They're not good. They're really pretty, but like I said, the lash band is just way too flimsy. The concealer, it's not my favorite. I guess it'll work in a pinch, but it's very drying. So as the day went on, my under eyes got a little bit more creasy and a little bit more creasy, and it just doesn't look the best. But I wanted to pop on here really quick and just show you guys just how beautiful this foundation is. And I would say, okay, let's just talk about, first of all, based on it, how affordable it is. It's a bomb foundation for as affordable as it is. Do I think that this is as good as the new one from Maybelline? The Infallible. I always have to look at it. The Infallible 24-hour. My favorite from the drugstore is the Makeup Revolution, the stick one. Now, that's for dry, normal skin. If you have combo or oily, you're not going to want to touch that. It would be way too dewy for you. But the Maybelline Infallible is number 2. And I think all skin types can wear that, from dry to oily. You just kind of have to find your favorite like mixture to make that one work. And I would say this one comes in 3rd place. This is a nice foundation, and I'm really impressed with it. I really am. I think it looks really good, and if you're on a budget, this is bomb. Let me just say this too. I think e.l.f. and the whole, look how sleek this looks. Like, I feel like I have like a NARS bottle in my hand. You have the matte lid. You have the beautiful frosted glass. Like, this is nice. This is nicer than the one from Maybelline. And this is the nicest packaging I think I've seen from a drugstore foundation. I mean, they really stepped up. The other thing that I want to mention about e.l.f. is that they are not tested on animals. So that's what's nice about e.l.f. is they are, you know, cruelty-free, which is amazing. I'm impressed, you guys. I'm really impressed with this foundation. I really am. It is, you know, and what I also want to point out is even though the bottle is frosted, they wanted you to be able to see the actual color of the foundation. So right here is like a part of the bottle that is clear without the frosted. So you can actually see the shade. Genius. Like, who thought that up? Really? I mean, seriously, who thought of that? Because that was genius. They knew that they wanted to make the bottle like a glass, beautiful bottle, but then they left this little spot right here where it's not frosted, just so that you could see the actual shade through the frosted glass. Nailed it. Like, 100% killed it. I'm impressed. Love it. Awesome. The Putty Primer. I'm going to continue to use this. Right now, first impressions of using it once, I don't feel like it's a dupe for the Tatcha Primer. I wanted it to be. I really wanted it to be that because I know that Tatcha Silk Canvas is so crazy expensive. I'm going to continue to wear this. Now, as you can see, the eyeshadow really held up. I mean, it doesn't look too shabby, but I wanted you guys to see, you know, the foundation looks good. It's not my favorite. I mean, it's starting to kind of wear off in these areas. You can kind of see. But my forehead, though, oh my gosh, my forehead looks bomb. My under eyes, I mean, it's just not my favorite, but it's managed. It's you know, it's doable. By the way, it's about 10 o'clock, so I've had it on maybe 10 hours, 11 hours now. So that's it for the video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this full face of e.l.f. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys have any suggestions on another drugstore brand that you want me to do a full face of, I'm going to be buying so many drugstore products this year. So if you have any suggestions on any brands that you want me to test out, leave them in the comments down below. Thank you guys again for all the love that you guys show me in this channel. It means the world to me, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day filled with love and happiness. I hope to see you guys right back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and I love you guys so much. Bye!